Richard Edward Amer Specht Memorial Scholarship, Life Volunteer Award, and the Water Volunteer Award.
I find it's been 5 years for us too, and after hearing Mrs. Armstrong mention that, it just blows my mind. On October 27th, 2012, while under the supervision of a friend, my 22-month-old son, Richard Edwin Amer Specht, wandered off into our backyard pond and he drowned. It was 2 days before Superstorm Sandy. Then Sandy came and did everything that you all remember, power outages and gas shortages, which of course was made infinitely worse by our situation. But it was at that time that I learned, or my family learned, the power of human kindness. Because it was our community that came and rallied around us and did such amazing things for us, like a landscaper who came and redesigned our entire yard and removed that pond, never charged us a dime, and wouldn't take anything in return. Family members, friends, and community members who just would constantly take care of us. We had over 6 months of food prepared for us. And the universal refrain from every single one of those people when we said, okay, let us do something for you, was no. That's what we do. And my wife and I, we couldn't accept that. We wanted to honor our son. We wanted to honor those people who had done those kind acts. And since no one would let us do it, we said, all right, if they're not going to let us pay them back, we're going to pay it forward. So we came up with an idea using our image of Reese, dressed as Superman, the last picture we ever had of him. And we had a card made up. His nickname, Reese, last name Specht. And we had 500 of these cards printed up. It said ReespechtLife, with a picture of Reese dressed as Superman, and our goal was to do 500 random acts of kindness in his name, in the hopes that those 500 recipients would maybe go on to do a couple more acts of kindness. And the first one we went to a drive-thru at a Dunkin' Donuts, and I paid for the car behind me and drove off. That was the first one. And I figured, okay, one down, 499 more to go. But it turns out that the people on that line showed the power of kindness, because each car that was on that line paid for the car behind them. And I was told by the girl who worked at that Dunkin' Donuts that it lasted over 3 hours and over 100 cars. I should have known something was up then, because that night we got more emails from the people who were on that line wondering, where can we get these cards? Now the good news is, because I'm a guy, I didn't just get 500 cards, I got one of those little pop-ups that said for 10% more you can get 5,000. So I got 5,000. And so when we got this request, I said, well, we've got extras, and we started sending them out. And to make a long story short, to this day we continue to send those cards out to the tune of 430,000 worldwide. They've literally gone to every continent on Earth with the exception of Antarctica, but I don't count that because there's really only penguins there. But they've gone everywhere. And on every single one of those cards is an image of my son and the reminder of the power each of us has to make the world a better place. It's not a power we vest in any one person, other than the reflection we see in the mirror. That's the power we have. And the scholarships that we're giving out really are to two young individuals who epitomize that ideal. Now, I could say all day what their accomplishments were, but they were actually up here already. So I'm going to cut to the chase and let you know that for High School East, our winner is Miss Olivia Faulhaber. We were just so impressed by the fact that you started a nonprofit. I've been through it, and I still don't know what I'm doing, so I'm even more impressed that you've done that, so congratulations. And from High School West, a young lady who's going to start wearing out a path to this podium, Miss Alicia Karminski. Now, in the past years, this would be the moment where I leave the stage. However, this year is something special. Every year we receive more and more more requests for and applications for the scholarship, and it gets harder and harder to choose winners. How do you choose a winner? Our motto is do kindness, the idea is that every little act of kindness counts, and to have to choose one winner is really a difficult process, and this year it became even more so. So we felt it was our time to increase our giving back to the Smithtown community. So we created 2 new special scholarships in honor of that. The first of these 2 special $500 scholarships is the ReespechtLife Volunteer Award. This is specifically for students who have worked to help our efforts directly. The winner of our inaugural volunteer award has been a steadfast supporter of ReespechtLife since she sat in my 8th grade classroom during the year we lost Reese. Not only has she directly supported the foundation with every fundraiser we've run, with the proof, I'm sure, being a closet full of t-shirts and hoodies and other random ReespechtLife memorabilia, but she went so far as to organize a day out for fellow students to perform their own acts of kindness and be part of the chain that we started. While we are thankful for the literally hundreds and thousands of Reese's Pieces that are out there, this particular one has helped us spread our message globally and has had a very special place in my heart ever since she sat in my 8th grade classroom. And I can't be more proud to give this award to Miss Emma Marino. The second of our scholarships is something that's become near and dear to our hearts since the passing of Reese. Drowning remains the #1 cause of accidental death of children under 5 years old, and it's the #2 killer of children under 15. It doesn't get all the press that other accidents get, yet it stands there and the statistics don't lie. Well, I'm happy to say that after some perseverance, after some pushing, the foundation has gotten involved in water safety. Thank you, Christine Fitzgerald. The Smithtown Children's Foundation had an integral role to play in that. And we have now partnered with End Drowning Now, Safety Swim, and the Long Island Pool and Spa Association to start a program called Reespecht the Water, in which we have school shows that go to schools all over Long Island, teaching children about the importance of safety, of water safety. Now, we received an application from a young lady who was also a former student of mine, who has shown that commitment to the water, and we felt the need to also reward that commitment. I'm going to read what she wrote because I think it sums up everything that I went through and my family went through in 2012. It was one of those moments where everything seemed to freeze in time. The whole room went silent and my world started spinning. Over and over in my head, I replayed the image of Mr. Specht standing in front of our 8th grade biology class, smiling as he shared stories about his 2 daughters and his son. I started shaking, tears filled my eyes, my heart shattered. The loss of Mr. Specht's son altered something deep inside of me. I had been on a swim team since I was 7 years old. The water was my home, but the water that I loved had taken Reese. To see something that had brought me so much joy bring someone else so much pain devastated me. I wanted the water to become a place that kids loved, not that caused fear. Reese and the ReespechtLife Foundation, created in his honor, inspired me to help young children learn how to swim. I wanted to use my experience as a swimmer and give back to my community. When my swim coach decided to begin a clinic for young children, I immediately volunteered, knowing that it was my chance to make a difference. 7 times a month, I work with over 40 young children with a group focused on ages 4 through 6, and we teach them how to swim. Not only do they learn to keep themselves afloat, but they gain a love for the water. There is nothing more rewarding than watching them come back each week, eager to get into the water and improve. Mr. Specht and his son Reese inspired me to make a difference in my community, and I'm grateful I've gotten the chance to teach these young children and leave an impact on their lives. So it's with a great honor that we reward the first annual Reespecht the Water Scholarship to Ms. Christina Hummel. I have to add, men and women sitting behind me, this is the group that had me when I lost my son. And I remember that first day back. And I have to say, people have told us the effect that we've had in sending out these kindness cards and reminding people. But I need each and every one of you to know, you were the ones who lifted me up when I stood there, not sure that I would ever come back. And it was their kindness and their perseverance that made a broken man whole again. And I have to thank every one of you. If I could give all of you a scholarship, I would. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.